what you heard there from the Civil Human Rights Front, which is the organisation which pulls together a lot of these protests. It is fundamentally responsible for making sure they're safe and legal. They don't necessarily represent all the protesters. We should be clear on that. But really, this is a very clear indication that people aren't going to be appeased by Carrie Lam's speech this morning. They don't feel like it is a formal withdrawal of the legislation, and therefore they still have concerns over the extradition bill itself. But you also heard as well that these people are very unhappy about the governance system of Hong Kong, and they feel like this extradition bill is a symptom of that problem, not the issue itself. Whether the government is prepared to take any sort of steps to try and appease some of these concerns about how people feel they're being represented here in Hong Kong is really far from clear at the moment. We haven't had any sort of indications that there will be any resignations, let alone any sort of systemic change here in Hong Kong. And based on the responses we've seen so far from the Civil Human Rights Front just then, but from student leaders, from some lawmakers as well here in Hong Kong, people don't feel like this is nearly enough. Of course, we have the added issue of police conduct. There are growing calls here for an independent inquiry into how the police have been dealing with these protests, in particular some of the violent clashes that we've seen, for instance, on Sunday night after the rally in Kowloon, as well as last month in June as well. The bill itself perhaps might have been the straw that broke the camel's back, but frankly it's looking very uncertain about exactly how the government is going to turn this whole situation around and what it can do really to stop this unrest from continuing in the city.